It's estimated that 5.4 million Americans are living with Alzheimer's disease. Coming up next on Prime, we'll talk about the warning signs and if there are ways you can prevent it. Prime starts now. Hi again, everyone. I'm Ashley Wessel, and welcome to Prime. The Stayton at Museum Way and the Alzheimer's Association have teamed up together for a special event in June to help people better understand this disease. Melissa Heiss and Mindy Cheek with the Stayton at Museum Way and Susanna Jones with the Alzheimer's Association are here today with more details. Hi, ladies. How are you?
Good morning.
Great. Thank you for being here. Now, Susanna, tell us more about Alzheimer's disease and maybe the difference between Alzheimer's disease and dementia.
Sure, that's an excellent question because we hear both terms, Alzheimer's and dementia, kind of thrown around together, and it causes some confusion. But let me start with dementia. Dementia is a descriptive term for a set of symptoms, and it's not a disease state. And so some of those symptoms are memory loss, judgment impairment, confusion, and so there are other diseases, a number of diseases out there that are dementia related. Alzheimer's disease specifically is a form of dementia, is one of many forms of dementia. It is the most common form of dementia, and about 60 to 80% of all dementias are Alzheimer's related.
Okay.
And it is a disease process. It's not a part of the normal process of aging. And Alzheimer's disease, I think many people wouldn't know this, but Alzheimer's disease is the 6th leading cause of death in the U.S. And it's the only one in the top 10 that is not that does not have a prevention, a cure, or even a way to slow it down.
Okay. Are you seeing a rise in Alzheimer's and dementia with the baby boomer population beginning to retire? Have you seen a rise with that?
Certainly, certainly. Alzheimer's disease, one of the biggest risk factors is aging. And so with the rise of the population of baby boomers coming into play, we are looking at an epidemic, really. Yeah. I mean, currently we have 5.4 million Americans with Alzheimer's disease, and by 2050, we're looking at upwards to 14, 16, 18 million Americans with Alzheimer's disease if we do not find a cure.
Absolutely. Now, is it genetic? I know there seems to be some confusion, myself included. Is it genetic, or, well, test for it, or?
It is, it's a tricky question, really, because most of the cases that we see of Alzheimer's disease, we're not seeing a strong genetic factor to that. However, we do have a population of folks that are early onset Alzheimer's, meaning they have Alzheimer's disease, developed Alzheimer's disease under the age of 65. And for those folks, we're seeing a stronger genetic link, and maybe more like I guess better to say a stronger risk factor.
Okay.
And we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
That's what the researchers are trying to figure out, why, And then for the majority, what is it that pushed them over the threshold and start developing these symptoms?
Absolutely. What are some warning signs? I know that's important, especially for adult children, to look for in their parents, and even spouses and friends. What are the important warning signs to look for?
Sure. Well, I think there's many different things, but the first thing that we think of when we talk about Alzheimer's is memory loss. And we all forget. So, we could all relax if we forget something, or go to a room and can't remember why we're there. But this is memory loss that is interrupting normal life, where a person would have to have lots of reminders to just get through the day, using memory aids like sticky notes to remember to pick up their child from school, or perhaps memory loss that is so severe that, if they're going to a place that they're familiar with, like the grocery store, getting lost because of that. Some other symptoms may be unable to really complete a task that is really familiar with, to them, like a favorite recipe that the family has, and this person has made this all their life. However, for whatever reason, they're unable to finish that recipe, and that is a big red flag. There are many warning signs, and the Alzheimer's Association website has kind of feature a 10 warning signs part to that, and that's a real helpful way for families to understand and better see those symptoms, and that's on our website at www.alz.org.
Great. Now, working at the Stayton, I know you all deal with patients of Alzheimer's. Do you find that when they come in, they are against, being told that they may have early onset? Are they, totally against the diagnosis, or what do you all find?
Well, typically we work with the adult child. So at the point where someone would need to find an alternative placement for their loved one, we're really not working directly with the potential resident. We work directly with the adult child in partnership with, the Alzheimer's Association or other professional referral sources. No one wants to leave their home, obviously. That's, it's familiar to them. It's what they know. Even though they have, signs and symptoms of Alzheimer's or the diagnosis, it is still familiar to them. So it's hard, to get someone to leave. Where we come in is to educate the adult children to know that they have there are options out there when they can no longer manage at home. And a large percentage of who we talk to are really spouses caring for another spouse that has the disease. It's a large percentage that are trying to make it at home, and they have to worry about their own health and their own safety as well. So
that's why a place like the Stayton is great to have available to the public. In terms of treatment or research, what's the state of that like today?
Well, in terms of treatment, there are some pharmaceuticals out there that does help. Like I said before, we do not have a cure. So the medications that are out there that are symptomatic treatments, they help preserve the memory a little longer. It does not slow down the progression of the disease.
Okay. Do you see in the future, is the outlook positive in terms of finding a cure with the work that you're seeing done through the Alzheimer's Association? And
well, we're very positive about that because, a part of our mission is to advance research, and in terms of treatment for that, we really want to be able to find some kind of cure or something that could delay the progression of the disease, which we don't currently have. I think the scientific community is very excited about some things that they're discovering, and hopefully be able to put into practice. But at this point, we do not have anything that is out that we could use. So what we were hoping for is just, and definitely advocating for is more research so that we can go and find a cure.
Absolutely. Now the partnership with the Stayton and the Alzheimer's Association that has come about, tell us more about that and the event coming up in June.
Well, our goal at the Stayton is to educate the community and adult children not only about our services at the Stayton, but about different services in the organization for Alzheimer's. We want to definitely partner with great professionals like the Alzheimer's Association, so that way we can educate the community as a whole about different disease processes. And the Alzheimer's Association, that's their main goal as well, about their disease process. So the whole event is June 14th. It's from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And Barbara Hardy, who's a nurse practitioner for UNT Health Science Center, she is in a practice that is filled with geriatricians, where that's their specialty. She's going to come and speak to adult children, spouses, friends, to talk about the warning signs of Alzheimer's and the disease process. And really this event is targeted for them to come in and be educated and learn about the disease process and how they can find services for their family members, and just to go through that process and know that we're here to help in any way we can.
Absolutely. Now, the Stayton is unique in Fort Worth in being that it's a CCRC, continuing care community. So residents can come in as an independent living, but they can gradually progress through to memory care. So tell us a little bit more about that process.
Yes, we do have independent living apartment homes on our 4th through 11th floors. I, as the health services sales counselor, work with families on assisted living, memory support, and then we also have skilled nursing and rehabilitation. So working with families with memory support, we're working with them through that process and navigating that process, assisted living as well. And if families come in for a rehabilitation or a skilled nursing stay and they're interested in transitioning their loved one, we work with them through that process as well.
That's great. So going through all this, where do you see the future of this partnership going and building and expanding? What's the vision that you all have with this?
Well, obviously, we want to continue to educate the community. I think that's the #1 goal. We want people to know that there are options. We want to help, with the fundraising efforts that, to help, find the cure for Alzheimer's disease where everybody would win. But I think the main goal is to educate the general public, let them know what options are available for them. We'll continue our partnership, as with other professionals in the community, just to meet that goal. So,
well, it sounds like a great partnership to have. All right. Well, the Alzheimer's Disease and Dementia Seminar will be held June 14th at the Stayton at Museum Way in Fort Worth from 5 to 7 p.m. And if you'd like more information about the event, please go to thestayton.com. And for more information about the Alzheimer's Association, visit their website at alz.org/North Central Texas, or call their 24/7 hotline listed on the screen. We'll be right back.